Welcome back to the Aussie Shed, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to run through today is the rear brake conversion that I've been working on for the Z32. You can see here I have a Porsche Boxster Cayman brake caliper just kind of loosely mounted on the brake rotor there. That's a 97 to 2012 Boxster Cayman caliper. It's from the same family as the front Cayenne calipers that I'm using, as in it is a monoblock Brembo caliper. It is designed to use the same brake rotor thickness as the 370Z rear rotors, so it's a perfect fit in that regard. The swept area of the brake pad is also a perfect fit with this rotor. That's something that's very hard to find with any other calipers. Being that the 370Z rear is actually quite unique in the amount of brake pad area that's available on the rotor. The only area where these calipers don't work really well is they're actually designed for, I think it's a 300mm rotor, and these are a 350mm rotor, so the radius on the inside of the caliper is just a little bit shy of being correct. These are a radial mount caliper, so they don't suffer from the issue that all of the currently available rear caliper or big brake rear caliper conversions that people are using on the Z32 platform suffer from, which is the fact that the mounting ears for the original calipers on the hub interfere with all of the other brake calipers that people are using, and it just means that all of the options that I've seen people use, they have to grind out the middle of the caliper to get around the lower mounting ear for the standard brake calipers. So realistically, the only way around that is to use a radial mount caliper, where that's not an issue. You just build the mount around it. So that's what I'm endeavouring to do here. So let's have a bit of a look at it all, and we'll go on a bit of a journey and see where we end up. So this is one of our Boxster / Cayman rear brake pads, and as you can see there, as I was just saying, it fits perfectly with the swept area on the brake rotor there, which is really hard to get a good match for. Really hard, trust me. And here's the critical measurement with these rotors and everything, and that is the thickness of the brake rotor that we're going to be using compared to the brake rotor from the donor car. Now, fortunately, the Porsche Boxster and Cayman have a 20mm thick rear rotor, which is exactly the same as the rear 370Z rotor thickness. Now, that's very hard to match up. And the problem being that is, if you use a caliper that's designed for a thicker rotor, there are two problems that you face. Firstly, overextension of the pistons, because they have to travel a lot further because the rotor is a lot skinnier. Now, you can get over that by using thicker backing pads. So you cut a backing plate between your brake pad and your pistons to take up that extra room, so you're not overextending the pistons. That solves that issue. But what it doesn't solve is the brake pad dropping off the pins, which hold the pads in alignment in the bottom of the caliper there. They actually do all the support for your brake pad. The pin that runs through the top is just a locating pin. All of the heavy lifting is actually done by those pins in the bottom. So again, if you go to a caliper that's designed for a thicker rotor, for example, the rear Cayenne caliper that comes and matches the front Cayenne calipers that we're using, it's designed for a 28mm rotor, so you've got an extra 4mm on either side of clearance, so that when your brake pads wear down, the steel backing part of the brake pad can actually fit down between the end of the pins and the brake disc. So that means the only thing that'll be retaining your brake pads in position is the pin through the top. That's not what they're designed for. It means that the pads can twist over. It's a real problem, and it's not one that's very easily solved. So hence the reason why you really have to try and match the correct brake rotor thickness to the brake caliper that they're designed for. They're also not a radial mount caliper, as you can see by the pick there. So basically you're back to square one anyway, with a caliper that you've got to grind the middle out of to be able to get it to mount up at all properly. So basically that means that puts that caliper out of the running. There are better calipers that you can get that better suit that rotor than the rear KN calipers. For me particularly, it's unusable. This is where the front KN calipers are actually a really good match when you're using 370Z rotors. Your 370Z rotors are 32mm thick, and your KN caliper is designed for a 34mm thick rotor. So that means you've only got 1mm extra clearance on each side, which isn't enough to cause a problem. It's not enough to cause overextension of the pistons either. So mate, they are just spot on for a front brake caliper solution on the Z32 with 370Z rotors. So now we need to discuss the one problem that these calipers do have, and that's the fact that they are meant for a 300mm diameter brake rotor instead of a 350mm diameter brake rotor. The difference between the two isn't a very large amount on the inside curve of the brake caliper. It really boils down to only about 3mm to nothing off either side of the radius on the inside of the caliper over about 65mm. So at half that distance, at around 30mm, you're only taking off 1.5mm. So it's a very minuscule amount, and in my opinion I don't think that is even close to being detrimental to the structural integrity of the brake caliper. I've done this many times over the years with similar calipers as these to open them up to bigger brake rotors, and as long as you are realistic about how much material you are removing and don't try to go crazy with it. I've had zero problems. I've never had a caliper crack or even start to look like it's going to deform in any way by removing such a small amount of material like this. But the big issue with it is it's not something that's very easy for people to do unless they have access to the equipment that can do it, i.e. a fairly decent milling machine. So that's the downside of it. So until I can find another caliper that's more suited to this, that's the unfortunate reality of it, is that to do it this way you need to modify the calipers, which is a bit of a pain in the bum, but at least the outcome at the end of it is actually a pretty good one, in my opinion. So that's what I'm doing anyway, guys. There'll probably be people out there who think I'm crazy and that I'm going to break the caliper or the brakes aren't going to work or whatever, but I think this is actually a really good solution to the 4-piston rear brake problem that there is currently with Z32s. Just the fact that pretty much nothing fits, or fits properly, and I emphasize the word properly. So one of the last things we've got to take care of now is this step on the bottom of the caliper, which holds the crossover tube for the brake fluid. So you can see the situation we've got now since we machined the caliper is this is actually sitting a little bit high now, and normally it just sits dead in line with the that sort of radius on the caliper. So what I've got to do is just take that down. So I'm just going to use a ball nose end mill to create the right shape in there, and I'm just going to run that down a couple of mil, and you can see with this one here, that's what I've done. That's the finished process. So now with that, we're in a situation where, as you can see, it's actually just slightly below that level. Again, this one, you can see it's above that level. And again, it's just a final machining step in sorting out these calipers. I'll get these crossover tubes back on and give you another look at it. So that caliper is now finished, guys, as far as the modifications that are required to it to work in our situation. And I'm about to move on to the setting up of the brake caliper adapters that I'm about to start building. So as I say, you can see the issue with that one. And I'm about to set that up in the mill, cut that one down as well. So we end up with that. Alrighty, so pretty much calipers are done. Now I guess I'll move on to the brackets. Alrighty, so that's one of our finished brackets there, guys. And I'm about to mount that onto the vehicle, onto the Fairlady. I've got some new 10.9 hardware, which will mount through the original holes and into this 6061 bracket. Let's get it on the car. So obviously that's where your standard caliper mounts. And this will now just go straight into that spot. You can see there's a chamfer on the back edge here, which is clearance so you don't interfere with the handbrake cable there. These guys just go on here, like so. Obviously this is just a test fit, we're not torquing anything up at the moment, but in this situation we would just torque these up to the factory spec for the rear brake calipers. Throw on our 370Z rear brake rotor. And being a radial mount, our brake caliper then mounts to the adaptive bracket that we've just made, like so. Again, just a test fit, so no torque wrench needed. These socket head bolts that hold this on, they'll obviously going to be torqued up to the correct spec in relation to box to Cayman that the car came from, or you can just look up like a torque spec for that grade and size of bolt on any of the places on the internet that you can find that sort of stuff online. That's not hard to sort of find. So yeah, that's where it mounts, guys. And at this point you would get some feeler gauges and double check in here. So where those tabs come out that support your brake pads, you just check them on both sides of the rotor just to make sure that you have the even amount, so you can go through here where your brake pads go in on this side and you can get it either, well, you can actually do both from that side, or you can get the other one from here, and that will help you position your caliper perfectly in this direction. This actually mounts perfectly as it is. It's within, oh God, it's within 1/10 of a millimeter to being absolutely dead center on there, which is what you want because you don't have a lot of clearance. They only have about, I think it's about 1.5 mil of clearance or something like that. Either side, yeah, it's about that. It's about 1.5, maybe even less, 1.2. Again, if you've set this up correctly here, your pad coverage should be perfect with the outside of the rotor and perfect with the inside of the rotor. I'll see if I can slip a pad in to just give you a bit of a look at how it all worked out. Alrighty, I'll throw a front pad in it. Throw the pin in. Alright. I'll just grab the camera. I'll take it in there for a better look. So excuse me guys if it gets awfully wobbly. But I'm an old man. Very hard to get in there and get an eyeball on this. Alright, I don't know if you can really see here, but there's your pad. Sitting really well on the rotor. Absolutely perfect. And we look from this side. Again, really hard to get the light in the right spot. Here we go. Alright, so I'll just push that so that sits where it's spring loaded. Again, you can see that that is spot on in relation to how it sits on the rotor. So we have 100% perfect pad coverage. Perfect alignment of the rotor for in and out, exactly on center. And that is a beautiful thing. I am very happy with that. The other side's done as well. So that now completes our full Porsche monoblock Brembo brake caliper conversion on the Z32. I think this is the absolute perfect brake swap for this vehicle, particularly these rear brakes. They're the only brake caliper that I could find that is a really good match on the 370Z rear rotors. It means there's no cutting of the caliper mounts by using a radial mount caliper. That eliminated the need to cut into the caliper in that way. Yes, I did have to machine the radius of the caliper slightly, but it's only very, very, very slightly. In my opinion, absolutely the best way to go. The calipers now match. You have a monoblock front and a monoblock rear caliper, so they are from the same family. In my opinion, the currently available setups for brake conversions on the Fairlady put a very mismatched caliper on the rear compared to the front KN calipers. These should not only work extremely well from a like a brake bias point of view, but also from an aesthetic point of view, being that they do look very similar to the front calipers, and you know, it just looks like a factory set if you ask me. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to whip all these back off. I'm going to get some epoxy primer on them, and I'm going to get them ready for paint because they are about to be all painted. I've got the front ones already in primer. These need to be in primer. Then I will start to get some base coat. I have had some decals made for them already, so I've got decals sitting here on the bench, which I'll put on in the painting process, and I will give you guys a look at them when they are all ready to go back on. And I'm sure you guys will be happy with what I've done with them in the end. I've tried many different color swatches and stuff on the car to see what's going to look good with the silver bodywork and what I like personally and all that sort of stuff. So not everyone's going to be happy with the color that I've chosen, but I don't really care, guys, because it's my car and I like what I've chosen. Anyway, I'll get some paint and decals and everything on these. We'll get them on the car and we'll have another look soon. Righto.